everyone. My photo outing this time was to the village of Fort Langley. Fort Langley is actually a fascinating place with a really interesting history. Maybe one day I'll take you guys inside the historic site and show you around. It was built in the 1830s as a Hudson's Bay Company trading post, mainly focused on farming, fishing, cranberry harvesting, and a little bit of fur trading, I believe. So I know that beavers are completely iconically Canadian, but I've probably only ever seen a handful of them in the wild in my life, and definitely not just standing out in the open like this guy. So when I saw him, I was really excited. I waited around for quite a while, but he just didn't really want to pose for me. I did manage to get these shots, mainly just as kind of memory keepers more than anything, but it was really just fun watching him. The village of Fort Langley really does make you feel connected back to the history of this place. Wandering around the neighborhood, you see a lot of really neat things. The bird feeders are always full and very active, and there's lots of urban wildlife. This sweet raccoon we just felt so badly for. He could barely move 2 steps forward without having to stop and have a good itch. Eventually he did manage to settle in, and we were able to catch a few shots. Maybe I watch the news too much. It can be overwhelming. It can be almost crippling sometimes to watch the news. It's all stories about fighting and disasters. When I go out with my camera, I see beauty in nature. I see systems in balance and codependency between things living together. There are struggles and it's not all easy, but there's a harmony. This art allows me to focus on the joy in the world. It lets me breathe in the joy and happiness. And when I feel that joy, it becomes very easy to put away those negative thoughts and focus on my love for my family, for my community, for the world, and for myself. Seeing flowers bursting out of winter helps me to focus on connectedness and on the sacredness of this beautiful world of ours. I left Blue with my husband and met up with a friend, and we had brunch at a place called Saba. This place has a restaurant right by the museum, but that location was getting so popular that they recently split their menu into two, and they now have a cafe with baked goods at that original location, and they've added a new location on the main drag as a more sort of upscale bistro. Their food has Mediterranean and Middle Eastern sort of vibes, and they use a lot of local and seasonal ingredients. We started off with lattes with a full choice of milk alternatives, which we completely enjoyed. I had the veggie bowl, which had sauteed fresh kale, which was just the perfect texture actually, because sometimes kale's not all that great for texture. Anyways, it had roast peppers, portobello mushrooms, red onions, yam, and some yummy smashed potatoes. It was topped with dried chickpeas, which were also just at the right place between crunchy and soft, giving the dish a really nice balance of textures. It had a wonderfully rich chermoula sauce, and I added a poached egg and goat cheese on top. I absolutely loved this dish. It was really good. I could only eat about half of it, so it made for a great lunch the next day too. My friend had Saba's homemade granola with fresh fruit, Greek yogurt, and a wonderful local honey, generously drizzled over top. We both thoroughly enjoyed our brunch, so if you're ever in that area, you should definitely go and check them out. All in all, we had a lovely spring day in Fort Langley. Blue was very patient waiting while I took photos, but she enjoyed the flowers too, I think. Thanks for joining me on this photo outing. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time.